Now, during the flight, I know already what the total energy stored in the system is at launch, which is the 2.45 joules plus the 28.13 joules, so 30.58. And then at the peak, I know I'm going to have more gravitational energy, energy stored in the gravitational field, and less kinetic. But I can't solve EG directly from what you can't from what I've given you so far to work with, unless you kind of noodle it through or look in your physics textbook. But I can determine what EK is, because I know at the peak that EK is going to equal 1/2 times the mass, which is 0.25, times the velocity squared. And at the peak, there's no longer any vertical velocity, so what I have left is just the initial x velocity here, which is the 10.6. So let me put in 10.6, and of course that's 1/2 mv squared. So let me square that puppy. So that there's 14.05 joules stored in kinetic energy in the motion, which is, not quite the half of what it was. So what I now know is that EG should be whatever I started with minus what I have in kinetics. So let me do that. I'm going to say this is going to be equal to this value stored in the gravitational field plus this value, which is stored in the motion, and then minus, and I can't click on it, but it would be I-17, the cell I-17. And so the point is, these two numbers added together should equal these two numbers. And then, of course, these numbers are going to come down here. And I should have pasted... I'm just going to paste as values so that I don't have that reference problem. And then I know that right before it hits the ground, all of the energy will be kinetic, so it'll be this plus this. And so this 30.58 is what I end up with in total kinetic energy right before it hits the ground, and I know after it hits the ground that it's going to just be what the kinetic energy was. And so the way I would go ahead and graph this, and I'll just do one as a demonstration, is that I would highlight the data and then what each of the values are, and then I would go ahead and insert a chart. And you didn't see me do that because I was above the window, but I'm going to insert a chart, and what I want is a bar chart, and I would prefer, because these are all horizontal, column chart I guess is what they call it. And so let me just pick one here. That didn't work. So let me, because I see that my timing is about to run out, so I will delete this and come back with a final little piece that shows the appropriate graphing.